A very delightful morning, children. I hope you are all fine and safe at home. I welcome you all for the next session of your lesson, Laws of Motion. Before going to the today's content, once recapitulate the last class. In the last class, we have studied about Newton's second law of motion and how it is related to momentum and acceleration. And in the today's class, we are going to discuss the Newton's third law of motion. Here is a slide showing the bird that it loves the Newton's third law. Do you know, children, why the birds love the Newton's third law? Let us see what is the reason behind it. Before entering into the definition of the third law, small example I want to show you. Here I have taken two spring balances of equal calibrations and I have connected these two spring balances as shown in the figure. If I pull the spring balances in opposite directions as shown in the figure, what do you notice from this? Here you are able to see the readings on the two spring balances. It is very clear from here that they are equal, the readings are equal. That means when two objects are exerting force on each other, they will be equal in magnitude, but these two forces are in opposite direction. One I am pushing this side and one more is one of the spring balance I am pushing this side and one of the spring balance I am pushing this side. That means one in the left and one in the right side I am applying the force. But even though the forces are applied in opposite direction, these two spring balances are showing the same readings on it. Isn't or not? Let us see one more example. Here I have given two different objects, children, and in these two they are getting interacted each other. That means both are applying the force on each other. FAB here shows the force applied by object B on A, and FBA shows that the force applied by or exerted by the body A on the B. These two will be always equal in magnitude. That means the value of force, which we have seen in the previous slide, the value of forces on the spring balances are equal, but the directions are in different. In the same way, on these two objects also, the force will be equal in magnitude, but it will be in opposite direction. Do you know, children, if you walk on the road, at each step, your feet exert some force on the ground. And the ground also exerts some force on you, which is making to move you forward. It is also surprising to hear that when you push a wall, the wall also pushes you back. Maybe you don't observe it clearly in your daily life, but these are the things which will be happening. Is it or not, children? These Newton's laws are very interesting if you listen carefully, because all these are daily life activities, but we don't bother about them. We don't think once also. Here, the Newton's first law and second law, as we have discussed, they will be applied to a single body, but whereas the Newton's third law, it will be applied for both the bodies. That means in these definitions we will be using two different objects, but whereas in the first law and second law, it will be describing only about a single object. That is the thing. The force applied by object B on A will be equal to the force applied by object A on B, but they will be in opposite direction. Let's see the definition once. Newton's third law explains what happens when two objects exerts a force on the other object. According to the Newton's third law of motion, when an object exerts a force on the other object, the second object also exerts a force on the first one, which is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. That is the thing which I have told for you. When you walk on the ground, your feet exert some force on the ground, and at the same time the ground exerts some force on you, which pushes you front. Did you understand, children? And the working of rockets will be based on this same law, Newton's third law, because the action and reaction pair in Newton's third law always represents the forces are acting on two different objects simultaneously. Let us see, here is a balloon. I have inflated it with the air, and afterwards if I release the knob, I can see the air in the balloon will be pushing down, and because of this is the action. The air rushes down from the balloon, and because of this, what is the reaction is, the balloon goes up with the same speed. What is this picture, children? It shows you a fish, and this fish is swimming in the water. What is actually happening, do you know, children? The fish pushes the water back with its fins will be there. These are the fins of the fish. Is it or not? In the biology, you might be knowing it. What is happening is, this fins of the fish pushes the water backwards, and the water pushes the fish with equal force but in opposite direction. That's why with the fins, the water will be sent back, and at the same time, the fish will be moved forward. That is the thing which will be happening there. And this is one more example. Birds. In the first slides, I have shown you a bird. It is telling that I love the Newton's third law. The reason behind is, when birds fly, they push the air downwards with their wings. Like this, they will fly in the air. When it is going on, what is the actual process is, the air is pushed down by the wings of the bird, and the air pushes back the bird in opposite direction, that is into the height of the sky. Thus the force applied by the wings of the bird on air will be in opposite direction for the movement of the bird. That's why with the wings it will push the air down, and at the same time, at the reaction, the air pushes the bird up into the sky. This is the actual thing which will be happening. And in the same way, I have told you, a launching of rocket also will depend upon the Newton's third law, because the gases will be expelling out with the high velocity, and the reaction force of the gases on the rocket accelerates the rocket into the direction opposite to the expelled gases. That is the thing which will be going on in this particular slide. See here, children. These are the gases which are coming out with a high velocity, and the reaction is, with the same force, it is making it to move. This is the action and this is the reaction. That's why I have given you F1 is equal to minus F2 here. Minus negative symbol represents opposite direction. Did you understand, children? These are the daily things which will be going on. And here I am showing you a movement of a simple balloon. Instead of going for the rocket, I have inflated a balloon like this with the air, and I have tied the knob. Once if I release it, what is happening there? The air which is inside the balloon is moving outside. In this direction it is moving with some particular force, and with the same force, what the air is doing, it is pushing the balloon backward. Did you understand, children? Here in the same principle will be applied for the rocket also, moment of rocket also. Yes. And here is a lab activity which shows you the action and reaction forces acting on two different objects. And the materials what are needed for this lab activity is a test tube, a rubber cork cap, a Bunsen burner, laboratory stand, and a thread. Here is a picture showing you all the experimental setup. See here, this is a stand for which we are hanging a test tube. This is the test tube, children, and this is a cork cap, and these are the strings by which I made the test tube to hang from the stand, and this is the Bunsen burner by which I will be able to produce the heat. Let us see the procedure once. I have taken a test tube of good quality here, and I put some water into it, and I have closed the test tube mouth with the cork cap, and I have arranged and I have made it to suspend horizontally with the help of strings here. Through the picture it is very clear. Through the strings I made it to hang like this, and with the help of Bunsen burner I have started heating the test tube. Then what will be happening? I have water which is inside the test tube will get heated first. The water which is there inside the test tube will get heated once. Then after, what will happen is, and this water which is there in the test tube will be evaporated, and I will heat until all the water vaporizes, and at last what will happen? The cork cap, this is a cork cap now which I have fitted to the mouth of the test tube, this will be blown out. Here the moment of test tube when the rubber cork cap blows out is, the cork will move like this and the test tube will move in the opposite direction. Here, if you observe the difference in the velocities of the rubber cork cap and the recoiling of the test tube, both will be done at the same speed. Here this rubber cork cap will be shutting out from the test tube, and with the same force the test tube will be thrown back also. In this way, this Newton's third law, it will be exerting on two different objects. When they exert the forces on each other, they will be equal in direction, equal in magnitude. That means magnitude means value, but they will be in opposite direction. That is the thing which we will be learning here in this. Did you understand, children? Till now we have finished all the three laws: Newton's first law, second law, and third law. In the next class we will see how the momentum and impulse will be there, and how they will be conserved in between the two objects when they are going on. We will see. Thank you, children. Hope you have enjoyed the lesson. And here is an assignment for the above topic. Write the answers of this in your homework book. Thank you.